Hi Flosstube, it's Veronica with Night Stitch, and today I have a Flosstube update for you. Hey everyone, it is Thursday, September 4th, 2025, and I have a Flosstube update. So first we're going to start with my temperature for the week, and it is this kit from Riolis, and it's the Paris skyline, I guess, or just like a pathway to the Eiffel Tower through some buildings. There's no name for the pattern, so that's why. No, it's created by Alina Melentieva. That's all I know about it. This is the 14 count Ada that came with it. And I didn't work on this for many days. I only worked on it one day. April 22nd, the temperature was 75 degrees. Not April, August. Why did I write April? I wrote April in my data sheet. August 22nd, it was 75 degrees. So I put in 156 stitches. It was assigned 150, but as you know, sometimes I go over because I'm not paying attention. So I got 6 extra stitches. So this pattern is 221 high by 165 wide. It has 36,465 stitches total. I put in 156 stitches, so now it has 4,349 stitches in it. It's at 11.93%, and it has 32,116 stitches left. And I put in some stuff over here, I think. Yeah. It's been a few days since I worked on this, so I don't remember exactly where I stitched, but I do remember stitching blue, so it was probably that. Okay. Next thing I worked on was Rosie the Riveter. And this is Rosie the Riveter. This is by Mystic Stitch. And I'm using Sea Flame by Fiberlicious. It's 36 count Edinburgh. And it is linen, and I'm using the 36 count over 2, so it's 18 count for the stitch size. And I had decided last week, like my last update video, because last week I put a summary video. My last update video, I decided I was going to do 100 stitches on this until I finished the We Can Do It part. So that is what I've been doing. So this is 266 high by 200 wide. My hands are kind of sore today, so if I'm fiddling around my fabric, that's why. It has 53,200 stitches total. I put in 404 stitches since the last Flosstube video, because one day I went over 100 because I wasn't paying attention, as I do. So now it has 3,317 stitches in it. It's at 6.23%, and it has 49,883 stitches left. And I was working on the W mainly to get that started, and then I also kind of did some of the ones down in here. There's like grids that I filled in that kind of touch the bottom of the We Can Do It and then some over here that I did because I wanted to find the bottom and then kind of fill those colors in too, so that it would actually be like the banner was finished, because it's this right here where her headband kind of goes into the, like, the W, like right up in there. So I was also filling that part in. I have two separate piles down here. One is for the projects I'm not going to work on this next week, and then the ones I'm keeping. So next I'm going to show you Farm Fresh. So that is this kit by Dimensions. And I'm using the 14 count Ada. Came with it because I'm doing this for my friend, and so I was going to use the fabric that came with it so I can give it back to her. I finished the truck, so it's all cross-stitched and back-stitched. So now I need to do the word farm and then the letters down here that spell out like the city name, and then the carrots. But everything else is done. I feel like I kind of burned myself out on backstitch with it, even though it looks great. I'm not somebody that likes backstitch a lot, so I was trying to finish this because I think I've kept it too long, and so I wanted to get it back to my friend. So I kind of pushed myself further than I normally would for stitching time, and so I think I burned myself out on the back stitch, and so I kind of feel like it kind of made all of my stitching this past week, like since my last update, it made my stitching kind of like my desire to stitch on a lot of things kind of went down. So I felt really weird, like I was messed up or something, and I know I'm not. So don't be sad about it. It's okay. I just felt weird, like my plans weren't working or something. So I'll get more into that after I show you what I worked on, but like that's what happened with this project, and this project kind of triggered that, I guess, for me. So I'm going to tell you stats now for this. So 84 high by 84 wide is the design size. And I put in 236 stitches. Is that right? Hang on. I have a little planner down here that I've got like dates and stuff since my last Flosstube so that I can be a little more accurate. So, okay, no. Oh, I'm dumb. I wrote Thursday on my data sheet. Okay. All right. We are 508 stitches is what I put in. So now it has 2,137 stitches in it. And the truck is done. So I meant a milestone, but then it also derailed me somehow. Okay. Last two things are WIPGO. So I finished WIPGO because I have that one as like I have rewards for it. So I've actually been working on those so that I don't fall behind. Because last year I failed one of my WIPGOs, and so I didn't get a bingo on that one, and I was sad about it. Even though I got like 4 other bingos, it wasn't a big deal, but I want to keep up with it. So that's the goal. So I'm gonna make myself keep up with it. So WIPGO I actually wanted to stitch on. Like there were things that I thought I didn't feel like stitching on, like, but the WIPGO I wanted to. So this one is the Sex on the Beach recipe. And this WIPGO was work on for 4 days. So I did work on it for 4 days. I worked on it August 22nd, 27th, 28th, and 30th. So I got it done. And I worked on like the liquid in the cup. So this is really old fabric I got from 1812, and it's MCG Textiles 28 count even weave, and it's so old they don't make it anymore. So I have ancient fabric. I dyed this myself with some tie-dye paint and some leftover acrylic paint I had, so it's like black and blue. And I like how it turned out. So I worked on the cup. So the cup is filled in quite a bit more than it was, which I'm pleased with. So this was 91 high by 90 wide. It has 13,410 stitches total. I put in 360 stitches. So now it has 1,438 stitches in it. So, yay, WIPGO. Okay, and then my other WIPGO was this Jolly Pirate bookmark by Povitrulia, and I am happy to say not only did I finish the WIPGO goal, but I finished the project. So this is the project. This is 16 count Ada. It's white. And this is what came with the kit. It's a bookmark. So long and skinny. So what I did was I added the boat and I added the sunshine. Although I may have added the boat the last time you saw it. So I added the sunshine. So I put in 56 more stitches since you last saw it, and 1,427 stitches is how many it has in it. So yay. So the WIPGO goal was to put 700 stitches in, which obviously I put in 439. But that was all the stitches it needed, so I count that as done because there's no way to put more stitches in something that doesn't need more stitches. So yay, I have another finish. So now I'll have to fully finish that with the other thing, because there's this cool little stitch that she has on here on the side that's stitched together, and she gave me another piece of fabric, so there's no problems there. And this is the buttonhole stitch is what is the stitch on the side, so that'll be fun for me to learn because I've never done that before. So okay, so now I'm going to show you the orange Lamborghini because that is what I've been working on. Let me take it out of here because then I can show you the whole thing. Okay, so there it is. I think I've been getting the fabric name wrong because it's not on her website anymore, Fiberlicious. it's 32 count Lugana, and I thought it was called Willow Ash, but either that or because it was a fabric of the month, maybe it's not listed on our site for sale separately, so maybe the name is correct. But I have the card with another, like the other half of this, because it was like a fat quarter that I cut down. So I have the name with the other half of this, so I can figure that out later if you really want to know, but it's just a like neutral gray fabric. But if you really want to know what the name is, like if you want me to check it, I can do that. Just leave me a comment and I'll do that. But if none of you really care, then I'll just leave it at that. So hang on, let me find the numbers. Okay. Since last Flosstube, I have the stats now. So this is 100, well, okay, so Orange Lamborghini is by Stitch Cross GB on Etsy. We'll start there. So it has 100, it is 100 high by 136 wide. It's not full coverage, so I'm not telling you the total stitches. I put in 272 stitches since you last saw it. So now it has 4,017 stitches in it. And I've worked on it. I have 31, no. It doesn't matter how many days I have left. Anyway, I have been working on the door, this door here. And I've been kind of slowly working on like the windshield and filling stuff in there. And then this is the front hood of the car. This right here is the headlight, which I also added. But I'm pretty sure I had all this the last time you saw it, like the tire and everything. So I've been coming over to the other side and working. And then I can slowly fill in this stuff because that's like all orange, and I wanted to kind of give myself a little bit more like color, even though there's different shades of orange. But you know, it's going well. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so that is everything that I worked on. So what we're gonna do now is update saving shopping. So I'm down to 650. So this is the grand total because the skein total is done. So I have all the skein totals I need. So after 100 stitches gets taken off, it's 550. So here's the paperboard. Cross this off. $550 left. Okay, and then I'm going to show you my WIPGO board because the numbers for September have been called and I need to cross off the ones I finished for August. Okay, so August was Sex on the Beach here. I finished that. Hopefully this highlighter isn't too light for you to see it. Okay, that one's done. And then Jolly Pirate was also, where is it? Here. So that one's done. Nice, lovely cursive check mark. I don't know if those exist. They don't. But it's going up and being all fancy, so it's a cursive check mark. I've deemed it that. Alright, so that was August. So then September, the calls were 14 and 18. So 14 is coffee break. So I'm going to write September on here. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Okay. And then 18 is here. And 18 is Darth Vader. So we've got Star Wars and coffee. So here is Coffee Break. This is by Soda Stitch. I'm using Buttercream fabric by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And I have the start of a French press. I started in the middle and I went down. And I think this one's funny because it kind of looks like R2-D2, or it reminds me of R2-D2. And then my other project is Star Wars, so it's kind of funny. So that's what I'll be starting with. I started in the middle and I went up on the pattern. And then this one is Darth Vader. This is by Cross Stitch Bay on Etsy. I'm using Skyfall by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And this is going to look like a whole lot of nothing because I don't have a whole lot. I also don't know if I'm holding this upside down because I did not draw or stitch an arrow into the top of the fabric, but I will figure that out before I stitch anything, so that will not be a problem. But for now, this may be upside down, and yeah. Pretty fabric though. Okay. So those are the starting points for the WIPGO. So what we're gonna do next is some shaker stuff. Okay, I'm gonna shake for coffee break. It's finished 3 lengths. Oh, this is for Darth Vader. Oh, it's finished 1 icon, but that doesn't apply because I put these in for the coffee break one because they're like little objects. So I'm going to shake again. Okay, finished 4 lengths. Can't pick up my WIPGO board. So here's the WIPGO board and I'm gonna write down what I got. So coffee break is three lengths and Darth Vader is 4. Lengths. So okay, and then show you Toothless and Light Fury. This is by Cross Stitch Knita on Etsy. And I'm using 32 count gel blend by Color and Cotton, and it's called Moonstone. I don't think I'm going to shake for new starts this week because I haven't been starting any of the ones that I've been pulling for the past couple of weeks. I'm going to show you a kit that I got from Hirschner's that I'm going to stitch one of them for the craft retreat that I go to every year. So there's a gift exchange and you make a homemade gift and then you exchange it for something else that they give you in a big group. And they'll like give you a number, and then when your number is called, you can pick a gift. So my gift is gonna be this KitchenAid mixer. And this is done on 14 count plastic canvas, so you can turn it into an ornament. And it's like this, and I have all the floss, and then the fabric, or the plastic is there. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. The craft retreat starts on October 31st, I think. So yeah, this is my fabric of the month from Fiberlicious. And it's called Ember Cloud, and I get the 32 count Lugana. And this is, it's pink and purple and yellow. There's like a yellow spot in there, orange. Very cool. Okay, and this is my skyline temperature chart that I've been kind of neglecting. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add it to the Chicago box of WIPS that I have, and I'm just gonna put it in there because there's no point of it being in my currently worked on bag if I'm not gonna actually work on it. So I might try to like pull it and then work on it. So I have one more space here that I guess two, but getting down at the bottom of the page is all I meant. Skyline temperature. I do a lot better when I have lines to write on. Otherwise, for some reason, I tend to write going up. Maybe it's because I'm holding it to show you guys, or maybe I just enjoy flying letters. So, skyline temperature, and I'm going to put that in my WIP bucket like that, and that'll be that. So, now I'm going to talk about plans, because I think with my backstitch burnout thing that happened, I think I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, because obviously I still wanted to stitch. It wasn't like I was going to not do that ever again or anything insane like that. But for a few days, I didn't know what was going on with me. Like, I knew I wanted to get the Lamborghini done, but then I really didn't care about anything else. That's what it felt like. So I was like, for a while I was like, I don't know what to do. And then I think today I decided maybe it just means I need to change my plans, because maybe what I've been doing hasn't been working. So I'm going to change my plans. So my plans are going to be this. So I'm going to keep WIPGO and Monopoly. And I haven't mentioned Monopoly this episode, I suppose, because I didn't work on any of the projects last week, and so I'm just going to keep that for this next week. But I really like WIPGO because that's working, and Monopoly's been fun because I've been getting some finishes, so I'm keeping those. I'm gonna work on the Lamborghini Oh, I skipped this one. I'm going to keep one full coverage because I like that one. And I wrote it like that because I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep it with the temperature or if I just wanted to work on it whenever I work on it. So, but I'm going to keep it out because I like my full coverages and I like working on them, and I don't want them to just be like a random pull happenstance that they get pulled. Like, I want them to be worked on. So that, and then I want to work on Rosie the Riveter because I really like that fabric, and the kitchen ornament. So I picked the KitchenAid. I think that's the one I'm going to do. And then my advent calendar. So I think I'm going to try this for like weekly, what I'm going to work on, and see if that fits better. Yeah, so that's, I think, all that I have this time. So thank you for subscribing and watching and liking and commenting, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.